Hello, hello! My name is Callista, and welcome back to Pillars of Eternity. In the last episode, we completed the changing of the guard, which means we now have House Dominel firmly on side. If we have need of them in the future, they should come to our calls for aid, which will be very handy in defending Cadnua, but that's not what we're going to be focusing on today. Today, we will be doing a main quest, but first, because I noticed I need to
Consider
disarm
it done.
this. 1 second, people. 1 second. There we go. Oh, and
I see where you're going with that.
thank you. I just needed. I'm not even going to see what was in there. I just needed to get the experience. Okay. Okay, now, thank you so much for your time.
The Dominels are certainly no friends of mine, but I'm sure they don't want to see their city torn to pieces. I can't say the same of the dozens.
You have opinions, okay? Well, Palagina, I'm glad that you may not be friendly with the Dominels, but I'm glad that you can kind of see where we're coming from. They were the lesser of two evils. The dozens seem like, uneducated hooligans. And the Crucible Knights are the Crucible Knights. Like, Ximena was never gonna jump into bed with, basically, the police. Okay then, now then. Today, we will be focusing on Through Death's Gates. The Man Who Waits, that takes place in Defiance Bay, as does the Hermit of Hadrat House. This is going to open up a new area for us, which, I think would be good. So, we need to travel to Dyrford Village. I'm looking at my party. I'm like, am I happy with it? I think I am. I think I'm good with using this party. I've got my healer. I've got my boy who is lying to me. I've got a couple of tanks, so I've got some more rogue backup. I'm thinking of Haravius. I'm thinking of Haravius, because I'm just kind of like, I need to use him. I've really just kind of... I've let poor Haravius go to the wayside, kind of. I know that it's down there. I'm just having a look at the map. It feels like it's been a while since I've just looked at this. Yeah, I've been to Stormwall Gorge. Because I'm pretty sure that's where I picked up Haravius. Yeah, there's Twin Elms. See, at Dyrford Village it is. Ooh, well this looks nice. This looks very cute. Bastards! I'm not going straight back. I'm not going straight back. I've got shit to do here. Yeah, just find someone in town who knows about the ruins. Okay. Let me... There's the map. Oh, hello! Hi. Do I know you? Okay, well, let's...
Eyes open.
Oh. How long do we gotta stand out here? Until we find her, so keep your eyes peeled. Okay. That's... On one hand, I'm like, I need to look around, I need to explore, but I'm like, obvious quest, give us our obvious. Go on. An elf idles by the road, watching the village across the river. He nods as you approach, and the cowled figures standing near him fall silent.
Welcome.
Well, hello there. Hi. Greetings, friend. A slow smile forms in his eye, forms as he eyes you. If I'm not mistaken, you and I share a common acquaintance in House Dominel. Indeed, perhaps. What's it to you? Let's be coy. Perhaps. He winks. Discreet. I can see why our mutual friends trust you. I'm here on a little errand. There's a thief hiding out in the village, an Orlan named Nafri. She took something that belonged to the Dominels. I want to find her and get it back. How do I figure into this? What did she take? When you find her, what happens to her? Well, how do I figure into this? Well, we can help each other out. What did she take? Stoic 1. Does it matter? A tight-lipped sort like you should know how this works. I picked like one stoic option one time. I wouldn't necessarily describe Ximena as stoic. When you find her, what happens to her? He scratches his chin, a half smile on his face. The Dominels believe in setting an example. They want to make sure nonsense like this doesn't happen again. He claps you on the back. But leave that part to me. How do I figure into this? Diplomatic 2. Simple. You're the smooth talker. All you need to do is find her and lure her out of hiding. My friends and I will take care of the rest. Okay, I could draw her out. I'm not sure about this. Leave. Ooh. Oh god, Ximena's nosy. Ximena's a nosy bitch. I'm like, I don't feel like we should touch this with a barge pole. I don't feel like we should be touching this, but Ximena's a nosy bitch. I could draw her out. He nods. She won't know you. It'll be simple. I have a few questions for you. What is it? Remind me who I'm looking for. What did Nafri do exactly? I should get... What? I just want to try. Come on. Give me some details, please. What did Nafri do exactly? She stole from our friends the Dominels, and they can't let her get away with something like that.
How do you do?
Well, any luck with Nafri? Well, it's a Orlan lady. Okay. I should get back to the search. Cat and mouse. Ooh, okay. Okay.
I shall be discreet.
Now then, I think before we go into any buildings, I'm just gonna look around. If there are any quest givers out and about, then we shall talk to them. But otherwise, I just kind of want to get a bit of a lay of the land. Was there something else? Yes, the reeds. You all are coming with me. Yes, come along, Tim. Come along, my adopted son. Oh, hello. Okay, you're the 3 backers. I'ma just leave you be. Golden celery, nice. Again, anywhere new, open up. Doesn't look like it. Okay. Yeah, the little backer stories are interesting, but not so interesting that I'm gonna read them every single time I come across them. This is a really pretty little village. Ooh. A word traveller. I only require a moment. Hello. Okay.
Good day, stranger.
Defiance Bay positive 3. Okay. The guard sighs with relief as he looks at you. What are the odds? Stuck in this backwater only to meet the famed champion of Defiance Bay. Am I the champion of Defiance Bay? I don't feel like I am. I don't feel like I'm the champion of Defiance Bay. But, like, thanks. Okay. What are the odds? Stuck in this backwater only to meet the famed champion of Defiance Bay. Berath's wheel brings mercy today indeed. His demeanour grows serious. Perhaps you could help. I don't suppose you saw a young elven noblewoman on the road. I'm stuck in this wretched place with the rest of my unit until we find her. I haven't seen anyone like that. Who is she? Get out of my way, aggressive. Who is she? Lady Elise. He bites his lip. She's the daughter of Lord Nestor Harrand, and she's gone missing. He sighs. Perhaps you could go speak with Lord Harrand at the inn. He'll be grateful for the assistance, and it could be the villagers open up to you more than they have to us. Okay. Blood legacy. Ooh. Pretty ominous name there. Again, I'm like, I'm not sure if I like that. I was like, wait, can we get down there? No, it doesn't look like it. Okay.
There's something you don't see every day.
Ah-ha-ha. Drugs and a grappling hook. Suspicious.
Laying low.
Very suspicious. In a little beached boat. Okay. Oh, I hear pigs. I hear... Oh, hello. Why can I speak to the pigs? Why can I speak to the pigs? Damn Gallowayne for monsters like that, and damn the rest of the gods too. Okay, we can't speak to the pigs. Hello? A man paces angrily in front of a wrecked animal pen, his sun-weathered face twisted with ire. He's so wrapped up in his fury that he doesn't seem to notice you. Gallowayne slobbering beast, blazy, blooding effigy, thrice-damned salty wench and her soggy... What's wrong? You really should mind your language. Diplomatic. Watch where you're going, you raging fool. Aggressive. That's probably not the best way to pray to the gods. Clever. Leave. That's probably not the best way to pray to the gods. Fat lot of good they've done me so far. Just look at this mess. My pen ruined and all but a few measly runts gone. What are you talking about? Calm down and tell me what happened, Rational. At least you're still in one piece. That's something to be thankful for. Passionate. I've had enough of your tone, farmer. Calm down and tell me what happened. He bites his lip and closes his eyes. His nostrils flare with each quick, angry breath. Wife's always telling me to mind my temper. Just breathe deep and count to 10. He sighs. An ogre moved into the area not long ago. Folks had been seeing glimpses and tracks out in the woods, but it seemed to be staying away from town. Or so we all thought until it made off with my pigs. Now everyone's afraid it's going to develop a taste for kith, if it hasn't already. What do you mean to do now? Your swine are long gone. It's best you move on. Stoic. Did you see the ogre take your pigs? Rational. Tell me how I can help. Benevolent. Oh! Is this gonna be some big conspiracy? The ogre's just chilling. The ogre's just chilling in its swamp with its princess wife and a talking donkey and a little wee cat. And someone's like, right, I don't like this. We'll frame the pig theft on him. We'll frame the pig theft on Shrek there. Is that where this is going? Ooh. Did you see the ogre take your pigs? What else would have destroyed my pen and made off with my herd? A rival farmer, perhaps? And at the same time, the rest of the village is seeing a 10-foot monster in the forest. I'm about to have a coughing fit. Fuck a duck. Ah. Throat why? Throat why? I've rested you all week. You have no reason to have a coughing fit. Ah. Let me get some liquid. Let me get some lubrication in my throat, please. I'm really loving Pillars of Eternity, but I will admit, it's the constant talking. The constant talking, my throat is like, please. Please, no, a break. No throat. There are no breaks here. I know it's too late to get my pigs back, but it had set my mind at ease to see that thing's head shorn from its neck. In fact, if you bring its ugly, pate to me... I'm like, that can't be pate. That makes no sense. Pate? In fact, you bring its ugly pig to me, and I'll trade you for something that's less used to a farmer like me than to a rowdy-looking sort like yourself. Okay. Ooh. Oh, what do you know about the ogre? It's the same as any other, I'm sure. A big, ugly son of a bitch with a nasty temper and an appetite to match. Tigel could tell you more. He claims to have seen it in the woods. You can find him in his shop, right by the broken tower. Need something else? I might start asking around about for knife free later, but for right now, I just want to get a lay of the land. Okay, find the ogre's lair. Hello! You're somewhere in the wilderness. Okay, that's just another villager. Hey, these are beautiful little pigs, though. Like, you can start your herd up again.
Easy does it.
I'm sure not all is lost. The villager is... Okay, doesn't look like these are homes we can enter. Wait a minute, did I see... Yes, there is loot. So I'm gonna take it. That's theft. Oh, thank you. Now then, where was... Yeah, there's the armory. Ooh. Who or what is the grieving mother? That's my thought. Winfried's Arms and Armory. Okay, so here's the town square. Lovely. We'll stick to the outsides for right now. The woman looks briefly through you as if she doesn't know you're there. Hello. Yeah, that's stealing. Boo. Hello. I have in my head we only have one companion left to find. I've had so many people say, like, oh, make sure you have a cipher with you. And I'm thinking, I don't have one of those. Like, hello. Hello. This middle-aged peasant woman is dressed in a brown leather cloth draped down to her knees. Her hands are working at separating stringy, colourless vegetables in a pile before her, stripping the heads off the long fibrous stems with a paring knife. She discards the stems one by one, placing the heads of the vegetables into a small cradle-like basket in front of her. She doesn't greet you as you approach. You're not sure she even knows you're there. Excuse me, I was hoping to ask you some questions. Farewell. Excuse me? The woman doesn't respond. She keeps stripping the heads from the vegetables with a steady rhythm. She may be deaf. There's no indication she heard you. We will study the woman. At first glance, she seems nothing more than a middle-aged woman. Unremarkable, maybe less stern than most, who seems more focused on the weaving in her lap than her surroundings. Yet you suddenly notice she's not stripping the vegetables before her any longer. She's weaving, and the vegetable pots are now missing. She still pays you no mind, her brown locks torn and snagged from the lack of washing, like many of the townsfolk you've seen. There is a strange blur to her. Even the motions of her hands seem to be playing with the threads that lack colour, in a shape that lacks interest. It may be that she is half-minded, or deaf, but something feels wrong. As you watch, her knitting takes on an odd cadence, and you have a terrible suspicion that something lurks beneath what your eyes are showing you. We shall focus. Her brown hair is long, almost impossibly to the length of her hands. As you follow the streams of her locks downwards, the hair becomes long and black, splitting off into threads of black and silver and wrapping around her hands. She's forming a soul cradle with the threads, braiding a net in front of you, each finger long and sharp like a series of knitting needles, almost hypnotic. The silver and black strands of her hair weave together, with silver predominating as a highlight, the black shadowing it. And suddenly, you are calm. You are on a plateau, almost the height of a tower, several stories high. The plateau is like a table lying beneath a clear sky, and beneath the plateau, surrounding it in all directions, a forest, hazy with mist, although whether it is the actual mist, or distance, or a recollection. Resting in the curve of a natural arch above you is a great copper bell, half again the size of a man, hanging at attention as if looking down on you and the event unfolding before you. The plateau has soaked in the sun, and the rock beneath you is rough and warm. The sky forms a cradle around you. You feel different, not disembodied, but you feel your body, your physical contours have changed along with the surroundings. And you hear a soft series of chimes, like wind chimes. At the sound, the scene gains colour and texture, as if the sound is beckoning you gently forth, filling your senses and thoughts, like mist roiling softly into a sealed chamber. And we focus on the chimes. The chimes coaxes you deeper into the memory, and you're certain it is a memory, a warm one. You are on the stone of the plateau, your knees on the warm texture of the ground, silver, white, shimmering like ardra. The plateau is formed of it, glistening in the sun. You can feel the heat on your skin, your wrists and your hands. Your hands are in motion. Weaving, not threading, but gathering, tenderly moving along the first movements of Berath's wheel. Your hands are wet. Your hands are upon the flesh of a newborn child, and you can feel the crowning of a tiny head turning in your grip, its head slick, wet from the womb. The hands you are wearing, inhabiting, have done this many times, and they are practiced and confident. You can feel distant pains in your own head as the head emerges, a stream of fluid from the womb helping the newborn slide forth, and a woman's laboured breathing, crying out. Focus on the child, the movements of your hands. As your hands move, you hear the sounds of chimes, clearing, cutting through the haze of memory. You cannot see where they are coming from, but they are close, and they are meant as a comfort. Of that you are certain. Draw the child forth. And coaxed by your hands, every movement causing the chimes to sound again. Almost eagerly, the child comes forth, and as it does, your hands are in motion, weaving, moving along the length of a soft wet rope. No, an umbilical cord from the legs of the naked woman before you. You are holding a small child, still wet from the womb, before you. The child cries out, its cry full of life, full of soul, the ringing of chimes echoing in its thoughts, filling it with its welcome. The soul is blurred at the edges, as if you are viewing a soul from within a soul, but it is there, it is alive. The woman before you is weeping, and at her first cry, her hands reach out for it. We shall surrender the child. You surrender the child to her, something you have done many times before, and as your hands move, the chimes echo the movement, and you realise the chimes are hanging from cords on your wrists, and where once they echoed in the memory, they are now echoing in the child's mind as well. The chimes are intended to welcome the child, to be its first gentle greeting into the world, a soothing sound guided by the tender motions of your wrists. You are helping to weave its thoughts, its perceptions, and the experience. The experience. The woman laughs with a ragged joy, laughing from a parched throat. Her emotions seem soothed, but the physical demands of labour have left her exhausted. But the child is here, the child is safe, and all atop the plateau is peaceful, calm, distant, flattening out as the memory persists. We shall slowly pull back, retreat from the memory. With effort, the scene bleeds of colour and your mind becomes your own again. There is no pull, no anchor, yet the sound of the chimes remains. As they existed in the memory, they sound here as well, and they are hanging from the woven braids on the wrists of the woman before you. Even as your head is spinning from the touch of her mind, the sound of the chimes on her wrists is sharp and clear, as if coaxing you back to the real world. The woman still sits before you, but she is nothing like what you first saw. She is wearing black, shredded garments that drape over her form like streamers. Her hair is streaks of black and runs through with silver. Her age is almost impossible to tell. She simply feels old, like a crumbled watchtower. As she lifts her head to face you, you see that her hair is draped across the front of her face like a veil. What you first saw of her was a mental glamour of some sort, unconscious, and you realise that what you see is not what the world sees, and you are perhaps the first to see her true self. Still, you don't sense a threat in the realisation. If anything, you feel a sense of relief from the figure. You can hear her thoughts, and she is glad to at last be seen. What did you do to me? Who are you? What was that? Get away from me, whatever you are. I'm mean, would Ximena's first thoughts be, oh, what did you do to me? Like, we're a watcher. We go into people's souls all the goddamn time. Like, I don't think Ximena would assume, oh, you did something to me. I think she would probably be thinking about, oh, I slipped into someone's memory again. I do that all the time. Whoops. Who are you?
I am seen, but the eyes of others do not remember. You were the first to see me as I am, the call stripped aside.
There is a light touch on your mind, a caress, and her left hand mirrors the motion of the touch, reaching up to the air between you. You hear the chime on her wrist sound, softly. Her hand moves as if pantomiming, resting on your cheek at a distance, and she speaks softly and slowly.
Your memories. A cadence of wheels on a caravan track. Fever. Questions by running water. Violence in a night's campfire. Arrows in the dark. And fleeing. Falling rock and cracking stone. And a storm. The storm.
She swallows, and the chimes sound as her hands shake. She stops, her hand frozen in the air. Okay, now that is new. You're reading our thoughts. Hello.
The storm that brushed you. Did its screaming wake you from your mind's cradle? Your memory of it is painful. Its cry is difficult to ignore. It's like a child. Many children crying out.
Hello. The questions seem to be for both of you. I encountered a bivouac, yes, and it did something to me. We were attacked in the woods as we were on our way to Gilded Vale. Be cautious what you read in my mind without my leave. What happened between us on that plateau memory we shared? I think so. Obviously, I have my suspicions that this is the cipher companion that we have to recruit. I think from Ximena's perspective, because obviously she's not thinking about this in game terms. I think she'd probably be thinking like, shit, is this a fellow watcher? Is this a fellow watcher? I encountered a bivouac, yes, and it did something to me. Her hand withdraws shyly, the chime sounding softly once again. The woman stands, uncertainly, as if she had been sitting for some time, or is too weak to bear her own weight. You notice her cheekbones are tight, her face gaunt. Yet while her stance is weak, she seems determined to stand before you.
You are able to see me.
It is almost a question. You suddenly realize she doesn't seem to know what you saw when you looked at her. The image on the plateau. Yet the image was so clear, so sharp. You're surprised she didn't feel you there.
To see me is a rare gift. A watcher's gift.
Cipher. Okay, so this is... Yeah, the Cipher recognizes Cipher. Okay. I've never been able to do that with a living person except with you. How was I able to enter your dream? Was I helping a woman give birth? I was in your head and hers. You said you could hear a storm in my thoughts. What do you know of the soul storms? Yeah, I'm most drawn to this one, I think. I've never been able to do that with a living person, except with you.
So many questions, thoughts, whirling like storm winds. That storm still roars through you, deep beneath your thoughts, yet muted and secret, like an underground river. I cannot tell if it is carving new channels or eroding what keeps your true strength buried.
Well, that's a distressing thought.
The fact that you could hear it at all, survive it, is something few have ever done. Your power will grow stronger with each soul you touch, as it allowed you to reach out to mine.
There is silence, and although it seems to last for but a heartbeat, in your thoughts it stretches out between the two of you like a pull between your minds. You blink, take a breath, and then you realize she wants to ask you a question yet can't form the words, as if assembling them is painful, or there simply are not enough pieces. Ooh. Yet assemble the thought for her. Do you wish to travel with me? You should come with me. You can't stay here. I must take my leave. I think this is a strange lady. This is a strange lady. I think... Ximena is... She's definitely a lot more confident with her abilities now than when she started. She's still absolutely petrified of ending up like Maywald. That is like her nightmare. Like, you know, oh, if I ended up like that, just like someone kill me. Someone kill me. Like, don't let me become like Maywald, please. Oh, there goes my timer. There we go. I think... This lady is strange, but she's also quite comforting. I get comforting vibes off of her. Ximena gathers allies. You know, she likes to feel like, yo, I'm not in this strange country on my own. This lady may not be able to defend her, however, she is comforting. She is a comfort. And maybe she might help us remain stable. That's what I'm thinking. Do you wish to travel with me? You feel a wave of fear, gusted with the strength of relief, although oddly her expression does not change. Then fear dissipates and you feel strength and certainty, as if the plateau from her memory lies beneath you and a calm sky looks down upon you. Aha! Okay, oh no! Who do oh no. You three have items that you need to level. Your map, the fuck you don't.
You walk your path, I'll walk mine.
Bye. Bye, bitch. This is probably good. I need my healer, but like, she's new and interesting, so I want her here. Dream and memory. Learn of the grieving mother's past. Ooh, okay. Well, we will probably do that in the next episode, but until then, please remember to like if you enjoyed, leave a comment below, and if you wanted to subscribe, it would be very much appreciated. A special thanks to my channel members such as SM2K, Christopher K. Davies, CGG, The Named User, and Kevin Bignall. I've been Kallista. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next episode.